Hey guys, HS here, and Mega Man 11, the demo version is out, so I thought I'd bring you a playthrough of it, and my thoughts of the game. And since I'm giving you my thoughts of the game, this is not me playing live. I've already played this through. I'm just going to talk over it, give my thoughts on the game and how it is. And the demo gives you the stage of Blockman, so here we go. So as you can already see, the graphics look great. Perfect for what 2D Mega Man should be like these days. Can't argue with that at all. They're smooth, they're crisp, it looks good. What more can you say? Just looks a great game. So I'm not going to harp on that too long. What I will harp on is the gameplay and mechanics and controls a little bit here. So, as you can see, like Mega Man does, he jumps, he shoots. He is the traditional jump and shoot man. That's what he does. As you can see, he's still got his Buster, which can still be charged. He also has the slide as well. Now, sticking to those basic mechanics, the jump is fine, if a little heavy. But the slide is quite slow and sluggish in comparison to how it used to be on 8-bit systems. But there you go. These enemies are a pain. You've got to try and shoot in the gap there, but I got it. Nothing you can't handle. Bolts are still in the game, as you can see on the top there. All good. Now, on controls and gameplay, staying with that, there's a new system in this game, which is the gear system. Now, by hitting L1 and R1, you can activate either one of these, or if you press them both at once, you can activate both. The different gears are speed and power. Power makes, for a short time, Mega Man's Buster and weapons more powerful, where the speed one slows down time, makes things move slower. Very useful, especially when you've got a small space of time to react. Interesting. Something new to the game. They're trying something with Mega Man. Hey, why not? I'm down for that. All good. And they've also done one other different thing as well, which comes in when Rush appears. Rush is no longer a separate ability you need to change to, like the powers that I'm flicking through now, which can still be done. I can't remember whether it's... Either way, it's either the gears are R1 and L1, or the changes is L1, R2, and vice versa. Well, to do that, to bring Rush out like I did there, you don't need to change anymore. You just need to press the triangle button, and Rush will appear. Which is, you know, great. What an addition. Means you can get the abilities of Rush Coil without having to change. Meaning whatever ability you're in, you can use Rush. Which is, I believe, how it works. I can't remember. I don't remember if I tried to use Rush when I was in a powered up state or not. When I was using one of the other special abilities. But there you go. And now we come to this part of the level. Ugh. This part of the level is a bit tedious. While trying to avoid these falling blocks, you've got to try and climb up while there are enemies constantly appearing on screen. It's not great, but hey, it works. Bit of a pain, but I make it look easy. So Mega Man's knockback is a pain as well, as you just saw there. He gets a lot of knockback. Ugh. But you know, other than that, I don't think there's too much more to say about the gameplay. Really, still Mega Man, still good. The music, we've only got this one track, but I like this track. I've got nothing against this music. And as you hear, they've still got the classic when you start the stage. If they'd have left that out, I'd have cried. So I'm glad that's still in. This mini boss, he's got a pattern. You've got to learn it, where all the parts land and where it's best to stand. But other than that, he's just a conveyor belt makes him a bit of a pain. But other than that, he's not too bad. It's just knowing where to stand. At the start of it, stand to the right. In this phase, again, stand to the right. Here, stand to the right, but not all the way over. There. And then stand all the way to the right again. And shoot the shit out of him. Okay. Now, as you noticed, we are now a good getting on for 6 minutes into this level. I've not died. I'm still playing fine. And you'll notice it's still going. And this is going to come down to the one gripe I've had about Mega Man 11 from the demo. God, this level is long for a Mega Man game. It just seems to go on forever. Every time you get to the end of a new screen, you think, ah, finally. The Wily Door, the boss, its own. Nope. It goes on. And it just keeps going on. And that's the only real gripe I've got. I mean, the level design is interesting though. Like something like this. Because you can shoot some of the rocks out. You've got to shoot it and go through a puzzle. Here. Shoot, shoot, slide, down, slide, up, shoot, shoot, slide. Brilliant. Like it. E-Tanks are still in the game as well, as you can see there. Well, let's just say I'll need that for the boss. But yeah, it's just... I mean, look, it's still going. And this is not like my third... And that is the pain of those boxes. Just throwing it out there. And this was not my first playthrough of the game. I did play it a little bit before recording it. So, me going through the level like this, and I did just hit a checkpoint, so it's not like I've really lost much time and had to replay bits. Though I do die twice here, to my shame. Forgive me! Moving on. Yeah. We're now getting on for 8 minutes and this level is still ongoing. I've not fought the boss. And I'll give my thoughts on the boss when we get to him. Which, luckily, I can say we are getting close at last. But there's still time. And just for honesty's sake, I died a few times on the boss. I only show one death. I cut out some of the deaths because who wants to watch me fight the boss several times in failure? No one. I don't want to. You don't want to. No one does. So I'm not doing that. Screw it. I ain't doing it. But yeah. I think the level design's great. I think it looks great. It plays well. The graphics are great. The music's great. Only downside I have is the length of a level. For a classic Mega Man game, it's just long, I think. Just a bit too long, but here we go. Coming up on the 9th minute. Wily Door, boss number 1. Blockman. I assumed his weakness was the drill. Hence the reason I started to use it. So this is Blockman. I like him. He has a pattern. When you attack him, he'll run at you. When you attack him, he jumps right where you are. So if you slide out is where you'll avoid him. Unfortunately, this was my first fight against him and I hadn't learned that yet. So I will promptly get my ass kicked. Now here's the thing about the boss. Meet phase 2 of Blockman. After you've done enough damage to him in phase 1, he transforms into this. And for the life of me, I didn't figure out a pattern for this bit. I just went through War of Attrition. I thought I might be clever and be able to send to his feet. That didn't work. Not at all. As you can see, he's kicking my ass! I mean, this is definitely different for a classic Mega Man fight. Usually it's the same boss. They have a pattern. If you know, if you know the pattern, you can bust through them, but you can also kill them for their weakness. Even though the drill is his weakness, he doesn't seem to take that much damage from it. Now this is the part where I actually beat the boss, so as you'll notice I've gotten a lot better. I decided to stay in Buster form. Shoot him and slide. Shoot, shoot, dodge the blocks. Shoot, 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 slide. Shoot, 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 but dodge the blocks. Shoot, slide, rinse, repeat. This part of the fight is quite easy, and like I say, once you learn the pattern, you've got him. I just find it hard once he does this. But I decided to be clever this time. Now I'm shooting that just to see if the electro beam would go up the side of him and hit his weakness, but it doesn't, which is the red dot in the middle, if you haven't noticed a big glowing weakness in the middle of him there. So, after bustering him for a little bit, I noticed it's not going so well. I decide to use his weakness and the power-up gear. But I miss every time I've got the power-up gear on, I miss. The bar for the power-up gears doesn't last very long. But hell, I have an energy tank. Let's use it. So I decided to just wail on him here. War of attrition. Just wail on his weakness and see if I can't lower him enough. And as you see, it worked. Now he goes into this phase. He'll go back to his original state, but on the left hand side, he'll just throw blocks. Which you can shoot, but you can only shoot the bottom blocks. So I get tired of this and just decide to get up in his grill and shoot him. And surprisingly, this actually worked. He died from this. And that's Blockman. I'm sure there's a better way to fight him. This is just what I managed to work out. So as you can see, even a rank amateur like me can beat this demo. Well, again, I did play it on casual. But it wasn't the lowest. That's newcomer. You got a new weapon, Block Dropper, and it allows you to try it. And there you go. If you activate the power gear, look how much more powerful the weapon gets. So that's it. That's with the gear activated, and this is it with it off. Oh, that's back on. Sorry, and it off. So that's it turned off. That's the standard weapon, and with it on, it's that powerful. Awesome. But that's it, guys. That's the end of the Mega Man demo. Thoughts? Final thoughts? I like it. We're on to something here. And hopefully, they'll carry on the good work they're doing and it'll turn out to be a great game the whole way through. And I like it. So, guys, thanks for checking out my thoughts on the Mega Man 11 demo. If you enjoyed, don't subscribe to the channel. Send me a comment. I'll always get back in touch. And I will see you next time.